as loud as I want.
I want to go to her concert now. Kia ora and welcome. My name's ZoeStibi and I'm your vocal coach for today, because today we're going to be taking a look at Florence and the Machine with Everybody Scream. Never heard this song before. I'm so excited. It's her brand new single. Let's see what she's up to with her vocal technique.
It is Florence and the Machine.
Get on stage and I call her by her first name. Try to stay away, but I always meet her back at this place. She gives me everything, I feel no pain. I break down, get up and do it all again, because it's never enough. And she makes me feel loved, and I can come here and scream as loud as I want.
I want to go to her concert now. I want to go to her concert now. Ah! Florence and the Machine, fucking hell. I've been watching, she's obviously been doing the tour for her, doing the rounds for her album. Oh, when is she performing near me? Let's watch that again. This is like performance art. It's like performance, I love it. Oh, it's like feeling like very Halloween-y.
Get on stage and I call her by her first name. Try to stay away, but I always meet her back at this place.
Wow. So we've got, I've heard Florence speaking, in interviews and stuff. So this is a little bit different to the way that she speaks, but we've got a generally thicker vocal fold quality. We've got just a little bit of low larynx lowering on there. And she's got quite a, a marked vibrato, well, quite a wide place. And we're hearing that sort of wobble going on there. Now, again, no disrespect to her. She's fabulous. And I love the way that she's using her voice and that expressive quality. If your voice does not necessarily do that, I don't want you to try and put on that level of vibrato, because in some people it can really start to sound a little bit sheepy, but it's just beautifully it's very regular, and it's just so fantastic. It fits the sound that she's creating. That, hey, I can't do it because it's not my vibrato, yeah?
Meet her back at this place. She gives me everything, I feel no pain. I break down, get up and do it all again, because it's never enough. And she makes me feel loved, and I can come here and scream as loud as I want.
So I can come here and scream. Again, I'm not Florence and the Machine, okay? So we got come here and scream. We've actually got like quite a lot of thyroid tilt going on. Now, thyroid is the bit here inside the larynx where the vocal folds live. And when we tilt it forward, it sounds more sung. This is a very sung, scream as loud as I. And then you can hear that loud as I. The thyroid tilt kind of disappears and we've gone into more of a yell. Loud as I can. Much less thyroid tilt in that moment. And that's the beauty of playing around with these sounds. Let's just go back on that.
I break down, get up and do it all again, because it's never enough. And she makes me feel loved, and I can come here and scream as loud as I want.
There you go. You go, what? I'm not making fun of it. I just genuinely cannot do what she's doing. That is not my type of vibrato. And anyway, I recently had my tongue tie release. That's about under the tongue. And because of that, my vibrato is like all over the shop, yeah? So what we've got there is can and she's doing that vibrato there. I love the way that this sounds like a cry out or maybe a scream or whatever it is. I don't know the song well enough. There's so much going on. Very cool in that respect. So did you see there that she leant backwards? I genuinely think it's part of the performance. She doesn't have to do that. She's gone into a thicker vocal fold quality there, less thyroid to it. Oh, wow. Okay, we've got to, so you're hearing there in the chorus, those lovely women singing, everybody scream, everybody. That's quite a high larynx, thicker vocal fold sound. Let's just go back on that because Florence is doing amazing things there. So much, like so many different qualities.
Everybody sing. Everybody move. Everybody scream.
So go, everybody scream. So we've gone for everybody, higher larynx, thicker vocal folds going on there. That's a little bit more like she's speaking on pitch. Scream, and going into that falsetto up there. Scream, throw away. And the ladies in the chorus, everybody scream. I think they're adding a little bit more twang in there because we've got a little bit more of a present sound going on.
Everybody scream. To be quiet, here I don't have to be kind, extraordinary and normal all at the same time. But look at me run myself ragged, blood on the stage. But how can I leave you when you're screaming my name?
So we've got a screaming my name, and you can see the little bit of the jaw twitch going on there. Now again, not telling Florence how to suck eggs. She can do whatever the fuck she wants with her singing technique. I'm just saying that when we're seeing that, that's often a sign that the jaw has been joining in with our vibrato or joining in with that sound. It doesn't have to. And we would only say to a singer like, does this bother you? Are you getting jaw tension? Are you feeling like this is annoying you? A beginner singer, I would say, please don't do that. But someone at Florence's level, she can just do whatever she wants. So we've got this screaming my name. We've got quite this like sound. She's opened up the vowels, lifted up the neck in that moment.
How can I leave you when you're screaming my name?
Can you hear that? How can I leave you when you're screaming my name? And she kind of goes into like a different gear in the last part of the sound. Let's just do that again.
Kind, extraordinary and normal all at the same time. But look at me run myself ragged, blood on the stage. But how can I leave you when you're screaming my name? Screaming my name. But I'll come for you in the evening, ragged and reeling, shaking my gold like tambourine. A bouquet of brambles, all twisted and tangled. I'll make you sing for me, I'll make you scream. Everybody dance! Everybody sing! Everybody move! Everybody scream! Here I can take up the whole of the sky, unfurling, becoming my full size.
I love her lyrics. I'm just so busy listening to the lyrics, and I just like the way that she just doesn't appear to give a fuck on stage. And I just like that's something that I need a bit of a injection of the I don't give a fuck. Love it. This is so awesome. So we've got this again. It's a fairly similar vocal quality going on for most of the song, yeah. But she's kind of alternating between the sounds, between the same sounds.
Tambourine, a bouquet of brambles, all twisted and tangled. I'll make you sing for me, I'll make you scream.
So she's got quite, I'll make you sing for me, I'll make you scream. And with that, you can hear those audible breaths. Now, look, she's an amazing performer. She's going to have made that decision to add those in there or to leave them in there. That's just a sign that something is tensing within the throat. Because when we can hear the in-breath, that's telling us that something in the back of the throat is tensing.
Everybody dance! Everybody sing! Everybody move!
So everybody sing! That's almost like she's speaking on pitch there again in that moment. And that would be thicker vocal folds with that, it sounds a little bit more like where she usually speaks when she's doing interviews.
The whole of the sky unfurling, becoming my full size. And look at me burst through the ceiling. Aren't you so glad you came? Breathless and begging and screaming my name. Screaming my name. Everybody jump! Everybody sing! Everybody move! Everybody scream! Everybody shake! Put down your screen! Everybody up! Everybody scream! The medicine, the spells, and the injections, the harvest, the needle, protect me from evil, the magic and the misery, madness and the mystery. Oh, what has it done to me? Everybody scream.
Wow!
Holy shit. Holy shit. I love it. The tricky part, this is very much like performance art. This is taken away from just, pop music. Everything about this performance, from her outfit to, what the background singers are wearing, or that small chorus there, to the movements, it's all meaning something. And you can see there in the walls and everything, it's like these sort of like beautiful murals. Yeah. I'm not quite sure what it's meaning, but I'll need to have a little look at it. If you know, let me know down in the comments, because I'd love to know and learn more. Obviously, I kind of click around on the internet and go what am I going to have a look at? What is going to help you with your vocal technique? What's going to help my students as well? And what can we, learn together through new music? And I love the way that Florence, she's really telling a story through her lyrics, but she's not letting the voice overcome the lyric. And this is almost a kind of a folky way of interpreting a song, where we're using the voice in a way that expresses the emotion that we're trying to have. Yeah, we talk about that, right? That the voice is expressing the emotion. Everybody sing! She's yelling out rather than going, everybody sing! Everybody dance! She's using the voice in that way. And that means then more to us, but it makes the song, for someone who maybe doesn't quite understand what's going on, feel like a little bit disjointed, because it does feel like a little bit of a theater piece between more people. Yeah, hope that made sense.
Put down your screen. Everybody up. Everybody scream. The medicine, the spells, and the injections.
Everybody scream! So we've got the thin vocal folds. Others scream! Lovely head voice.
Needle, protect me from evil, the magic and the misery, madness and the mystery. Oh, what has it done to me? Everybody scream.
And everybody scream. That in-breath, even that moment. But you can see these little, the belly muscles are kind of, they are moving with the breath. I do see a lot online about how to breathe for singing. There is not there is no one way to breathe for singing. This is one way to breathe for singing. There are more ways to breathe for singing, because it is about really adjusting the breath to work with whatever type of vocal quality you're trying to achieve. And that's why I kind of take issue with a lot of the stuff I find here on YouTube about breathing, because it just teaches you this one way. And then I have so many students come to me and they're like, Zoe, I've been watching X, Y, and Z, and I've been doing the breathing exercises, but it just doesn't work for this song. I'm like, well, yeah, because that's teaching you a really low breath and you're singing a really high belty song, which we know if you be watching on the channel for a longer period of time, you know we need a short, sharp, high breath when we are belting. And you'll see a lot of singers don't do the low breath, especially in this moment. We maybe didn't want the everybody sing, you know, people were doing a bit more falsetto. That's what we maybe have wanted. Oh, beautiful performance. Got nothing more to say about that because I think that it could be interpreted in so many different ways. And I really like the way that she's using her voice there, but it is really about learning the fundamentals of what's going on. I have to look at a different performance as well. I'd love to have a look. What's your favorite Florence and the Machine performance live? Let me know down in the comments. I'd love to have a look. I haven't had a look at her on the channel, I don't think, before. So I'm going to have a little look at what I can put up here for you to watch next. And just remember, hit that subscribe button. It really does help me to spend more of my time here on YouTube with you, helping you with your vocal technique. I'm actually a full-time singing teacher. I know it says vocal coach in my, you know, my name on my channel here, but I'm like genuinely an actual vocal coach and have been for like 18 years or something along those lines. And so, you know, this is what I do. It's my job, my bread and butter. And I want to spend more time here with you on YouTube as well, because then I can help more people with their singing. That's what I love. So hit that subscribe button. And just remember, singing is an incredibly complex muscular activity, but so is running. And so is learning to speak, and so is learning to walk, and so is learning to dance. So anything can be learned. You just have to have the tools, and that's what I'm here to do, to help you with your singing. And I actually have a new channel all about singing and vocal technique. So I'll put that down in the description below. It's called The Vocal Academy, and I'll see you. Yeah, I'll see you around. Subscribe, and you know, we can hang out.